I don't talk about PCOS a lot on my channel, so I'm going to answer some questions about PCOS and about my journey. So one question that I get asked is how I got diagnosed. So I went to the doctors with 2 symptoms. One of them was excess hair and the other was irregular periods. The doctor then sent me to get 2 different tests done. One was a blood test and the other one was an ultrasound. When my results came back, the ultrasound came back clear. There were no cysts in my ovaries. However, the blood test came back showing that there was an imbalance in hormones. The testosterone in my body was higher than normal for women. Even though I didn't have cysts, they still gave me the diagnosis because there is a possibility of me developing cysts in the future. So that's how I personally got diagnosed. Okay, next question. What are your symptoms? So I already spoke about excess hair and irregular periods. I personally do have a period every month, but the reason they're irregular is because sometimes it can be 20 days and sometimes it can be 45 days until my next period. So that's why it's irregular. I do have the flow app on my phone. I keep track of it, but it never comes when it's supposed to, when it's predicted to. And a lot of the time it's late. So excess hair growth is another one of my symptoms. It says here it's usually on the face, chest, back or buttocks. So I do have hair on my face, but I've had electrolysis done. I only get a top-up session a few times a year just to treat maybe like 3 to 5 hairs that have sprouted out. I always say that electrolysis is permanent unless you have a hormone imbalance. The only reason I say that is because I need top-up sessions a few times a year. I don't class it as permanent, but the hairs that have been treated are permanently gone. These are just new hairs. Right, something was happening to my light, so I had to change my settings. Chest hair is one of my symptoms as well, and I did have the hair removed with electrolysis. I don't need any top-up sessions at the moment. There are a few that have come out for my chest, but they're not visible enough for me to worry about. I might get a little touch-up soon, but at the moment I'm not bothered by it. And yeah, it is a symptom that I had where I had chest hair, but it has been removed with electrolysis. I don't have a hairy back, but I have these, I don't think I've ever seen this on anyone, just like on my shoulder blades, I have around 3 really thick dark hairs just like here. So I am gonna class that as excess hair on the back. I tried to show you, but it's difficult because it's my back and I can't even see if it's in focus. But yeah, that's the sort of hair that I have on my back. Another symptom, oily skin or acne. So my skin is generally good, but it does have its moments where I get acne on the lower half of my face, and I'm currently suffering with it. It is sort of starting to heal, but yeah, I get these really painful red acne spots on the lower half of my face. Sometimes I get it by my ears. They're really painful and they're under the skin. I don't get them all the time, but I wouldn't say it's rare. I do get it every few months, I would say. I have like a bad skin moment. I've just found another thing. In terms of acne, it also says you can suffer with breakouts on the chest and the upper back, and I do get back acne. So some websites talk about depression and anxiety, not as a direct link to PCOS because it's not a symptom, but when you have the main symptoms of PCOS like excess hair growth or acne or weight gain, it can put you in a state where you do feel depressed about those things or you do have anxiety. I personally don't have anxiety. I do get feelings of depression sometimes. I do get mood swings. That's more like when I'm PMSing. I don't think it's linked to my PCOS. But yeah, those are my symptoms. Excess hair, irregular periods, and occasionally I get acne. Next question, do you take medication for it? No, I don't take any medication. When I was first diagnosed, when I was 20, so this was 10 years ago, I'm 30 now, I was recommended to take the pill, the birth control. I can't remember the name of the exact one. I think it began with a U. I don't remember, it was so long ago, but I was recommended that to regulate my periods by the doctor. So I was taking that for about a year, but I feel like when I started taking that, I don't know if it was a definite side effect, but I noticed that I was gaining weight and my skin was getting worse, which is weird because weight gain and acne is a side effect, is a symptom of PCOS. And when I started taking birth control to regulate my periods, I was gaining weight and my skin was getting bad. And I just didn't want to take that for the rest of my life, so I stopped. But yeah, I don't take anything. Next question. Do you control your symptoms naturally? I try my best, but it's not something that I am consistent with. I try to go to the gym once a week. I try to eat a balanced diet, and I try to avoid foods that don't agree with me, but that's something that I struggle with. I am a big snacker, and I snack a lot in the evening before I go, well, I do it in bed. It's an addiction. I call it an addiction. The thing that upsets my body probably the most is sugar, and that is the thing that I struggle cutting out the most. I crave sugar. I crave snacks. So that is where my issue is. I try my best to help my symptoms naturally, but unfortunately I am not consistent with it. It's really on and off. Right, next question. What diet do you follow? My husband is a personal trainer. When my husband gave me the exercise plan and the diet plan before my holiday last year, before I went to Dominican Republic, I was like, right, I need to get my shit together and actually do this for my holiday. I must admit, I did feel better. I will link my husband's Instagram down below. If you are looking for that sort of plan, you can get in touch with him. Do you recommend a home laser kit to manage hair growth? So I already had laser professionally done in a salon. I did a course many years ago, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. And then I did a second course, which I've spoken about on my channel. The second course didn't go as well as the first one for some reason. It was a different salon, different laser machine, different beauty therapist. For my legs, I haven't needed a touch up at all, but I have noticed hair growth around the knees and the front of my thighs. I don't think it's worth booking a leg session for laser, paying that amount for a patch on my knee and on my thigh. So I am currently testing out a home laser kit on my knee and my thigh to see how well it works as a maintenance for myself. I need to do it once a week for 12 weeks and then maintain as often as I need to. I've done 2 sessions on my thigh so far. I haven't noticed a difference at the moment because it's only week 2. I still have another 10 to go. Next question, do you take supplements? Where I'm bad at being consistent with exercise and diet and eating a healthy balanced diet, I am also really bad at remembering to take my supplements. My husband has every supplement that you can think of that's gonna benefit the both of us. On the kitchen counter, it's there, but I just don't take it. So I'm gonna say no because I actually don't take any. Do you drink spearmint tea? Right, so if you ever research how you can help balance your hormones with PCOS, when I first got diagnosed and I dived into this research on what I can do to help, spearmint tea was one of them. Unfortunately, I probably had that tea twice and the box is still sitting in my cupboard for the past 10 years. Yeah, I'm really bad at following lifestyle changes that can naturally help control my symptoms, so no, I don't drink it. Those are all of the questions that I'm going to be answering in today's video. I do read all of your comments and all of your stories. It's nice to be able to relate to someone who also suffers with PCOS. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.